Here I'm just getting set up, ready to start cutting the doors for the wardrobe and for the toilet. Both of them will be made out of 18mm MDF. Also, I've got many other doors and drawers to cut at the same time. I think doing this project was one of the first, or would I say one of the main times that I've actually done detailed plans for what I was doing. There is just so much involved in it, especially when it came to doing the kitchen, that I just had to make a note of everything. This is why I keep looking back to the notes to making sure that I've got everything right. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle, and you're the only one that knows what the bits are, and you're not sure yourself yet what the bits are, because you've not made them. The other advantage to doing a cutting list, that is doing full detailed plans, a cutting list will divide up each large sheet, each board that you get, it will divide it up for you into all the pieces that you need. So you can, at that stage, juggle it around. So each board yields the maximum amount of material, and you're wasting the least amount. On this project, I had doors from full size right down to little tiny trims. So there was always some use for the scraps. I just needed to know that I needed it before I threw it on the fire, which is where the scrap was going. As you can see here, I'm getting lots of small pieces out of this cut, and it's them small pieces I actually need. Another example here, this is the long piece that I took off the door. I'm going to chop it up now and make smaller trims from it. It's not waste. Every single bit will get used. And now the next stage of the processing of these bits of scrap wood, which eventually will become doors and drawers and such, is at the router station. Always we end up there at some point. In this instance, I'm just rounding over the edges of all the pieces that I'll need. As much as I can on the station, a lot of it will have to be done by hand because it's not straight. And this station isn't as advanced as the one I'm using today. It's the one that I made myself. So I'm limited to what I can do with it. But I've still got a lot of work to do, and which is good. Now, if there's any of you out there questioning the practice of this, that is using a mitre fence on a router station, have a look at my routing lessons. And there's about 6 or 7 on there, and you'll see I'll explain how you can do it, and it works wonderful. Right, now on to the bit of the routing that can't be done on the machine, because the table is not set up in such a way where I can do big panels, so the ends of the doors and such things like that need to be done by hand. Right here, what I'm doing is it's a detailed profile that I'm putting into both of the tall doors. All it is a bead 6mm deep, 2 of them 50mm apart, and they'll both run in the same height from the floor as the worktop does, running round. And once it's finished, it will be done in a different colour, so it will stand out, and it's just giving the doors a bit of character with the flat pieces of wood. This just gives them a bit of character and makes the whole job for one purpose. I think. See what you think when it's done. You see it looks apart, doesn't it? Now then, on this, one of the doors, I made them and then decided afterwards I was going to enlarge that room ever so slightly, with 70, 75 mil, something like that. But I didn't want to go through the process of making a whole new door again, and I wasn't had enough material left to do so. So here I am splicing a piece straight down the middle using biscuit joints. A whole load of biscuit joints, but it worked. At the end of it, you will not notice that it's a piece pulled, which is the whole purpose of it, and saves material. and then sanding. Oh yes, a whole load of sanding. That's the problem with doing this sort of stuff. But MDF, and it's going to be painted, you never know. Now we're coming on to the kitchen units. This is a decor end panel for the wall cupboards. I'll have 3 of these and one same profile but full height going down to the floor, incorporating a base unit decor panel as well. Again, rounding over the edges, doing it with a hand one because the station wasn't handled for the job. But the same process, a good sanding down, especially when you're bullnosing both edges are rounded over, to get that profile feel. A good sanding always helps mellow the edges out. Now then, painting. When painting MDF, it's really critical that you give it a good primer undercoat, which is what I'm doing here. This is the primer coat. Put on with the roller, it keeps away any brush marks and such, makes it look sweeter when it's finished. Then, when all that's nice and dry, I go over it with a spray paint, and it's called Plascoat. And Plascoat is a plastic finish. It's a very good surface. A bit like you get for kitchen cabinets when you're doing them in the trade. And here's what I've done to this, but believe me, there's a lot more to come. So, come back tomorrow and see the rest of them. Hope you've enjoyed it. Bye for now.